Welcome to the Flavors of Light YouTube channel. I'm Ali Reza and today I'm going to be sharing with you information on how to eliminate pus from your body. Now, I don't want to make this a long educational video, but just to get you guys square with what I understand about the human body, we have cells floating in a fluid medium. So if you think of like a square and full of like circles, those circles are your cells, but all the spaces in between represent fluid which they swim in. 80% of that fluid is lymphatic waste. 20% is approximately estimated to be for your blood. Now your blood feeds your cell and your lymphatic system cleans your cells. Your cells throughout the day are metabolizing sugar and other resources, and they're producing acid waste. Now, just like the waste in your house, this waste needs to move out your body. Now, the problem is that the waste that's created from processed food, meat, dairy, grains, these are highly mucus forming foods. Check out Arnold Error. You can see that once you have been eating too much of these foods for too long, you start to develop acne or rash, or just blemishes. You just don't look good in the face. Everyone around the world is suffering with skin conditions. Now, long and behold, we have a solution. There is one doorway to remedy this. It's to correct the root cause. Number one, stop the cause of the mucus forming foods. So you need to be aware of what they are. And number two, start alkalizing, hydrating, and detoxifying your body and using nature's secret weapon. Citrus fruits, in particular, the astringent limes. Now this is a lime. If you can see here, this lime is actually yellow. If you go to your local supermarket, you're going to see something that's similar to this. This is a typical supermarket lime. Now these are not so great. These are just like conventional limes that you can get here in UK, and this is like what I paid a premium for. These are Persian limes. If you can get these are more powerful. These are the real deal. This is what you want to be drinking. These have been properly ripened on the tree. That's why they've turned yellow. Your limes should not be green and bitter. They should technically have a more sweeter, more palatable taste. You can still use these. Try and go for ones that have a more yellow shade onto it, not so green. But then again, you got to do what you got to do. Anyway, to the recipe. I drink limes every day. If you've been following my Instagram page, or just the whole movement in general from Flavors of Light, you understand there's one thing that is going on here. We are obsessed about citrus fruits, drinking citrus fruits every day. Why? Because what citrus fruits do is they pull aggressively on your lymphatic system. Now, I don't need to bring science and research to you. Go and do the experiment yourself. I've personally been doing this for 4 years, and I've eliminated huge cysts, tumors, boils, just a rash. Now you might be like, oh, this is bad for you. No, this stuff is getting rid of things. It's leaving the body. It's good for you. Keeping those things in, doing the same thing, suppressing symptoms, that's bad. Creams, pills, just surgery, just makeup, doing all this crap to like hide it all away. Why not get to the root cause? Be honest with yourself of what you've done wrong. Accept that you're full of toxicity. This whole system running from head to toe is congested, dehydrated. And you know what? Just to let you know, the color of my pus has been like cream, green, light gray, like really hard and sticky and hard to push, hard to eliminate. But then when you look at what the lymph system should look like, it should be a clear, flowing liquid. It should look like, I would say, young coconut jelly, something of that nature that can easily move. So when you're moving your body, it moves, everything flows. You want the sewage to flow. If you put your trash out today and no one came and collected it, how is that situation gonna look? Especially if the trash can's full of meat and just dead animal products. It's gonna stink, right? It's gonna rot, it's gonna putrefy, it's gonna be very acidic. I'm not saying that fruit and vegetable waste won't stink, but let's just say that it's very likely that the person who has the animal product is going to be way more toxic, and that's what we see now. If you look around in society, that's what we're seeing. Now, another thing that I just want to mention is that kidneys. Now, if you look at me, I have dark circles. I suffer from weak kidneys, both genetically from my dynasty and both from excessive, obsessive animal product consumption. Now, the problem is that if your kidneys go down and you've been destroying them with a high protein diet, you go and tell me what happens when you close the doors to the eliminations, the main elimination organs of the human body. So what happens when you close the gates to the main elimination channel of the human body? It backs up, right? What happens when sewage backs up? It rots, as we said before, it putrefies, it gets worse and worse and worse. What if in the society you're living, let's say you're like me, you live in the UK, it's cold, you've been eating a lot of processed food, you went to the gym, you did bodybuilding, and you've been eating meat, eggs, dairy, tuna can, just everything you're not designed to eat. Eggs, just like, imagine, just without debate, imagine you're not supposed to eat that. Now imagine that in this world of duality, if something loves you, something can harm you, right? So imagine that those things are really not good for you. I'm not going to try and prove it to you now, but that comes from intuition and silence. But let's just say you understand that you're not supposed to eat that. Don't you think over time, an accumulation of that stuff is going to be seriously toxic? Well, come and smell me. Come and look at what I get rid of on my detoxification path, and you tell me whether or not that diet I ate before was toxic. I'm going to get into the juice. Just long story short, another problem is that when you've been eating cooked food so long, you're suffering from deficiencies. So I have this, and basically that's for many reasons. It's because you cook the food is not growing in proper soil, you're not eating anything raw, you're not chewing your food properly, you're not assimilating or digesting it properly. Just, there's so much that can be going wrong inside your system. So if you're not living the way nature designed you to live, if you're not eating papayas and mangoes and custard apple, easy to digest, hydrating, soft, juicy fruits that are nutrient rich, fresh from a tree, in rich soil, organic, not sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, you are sitting in a toxic body if this is your situation. So you are chronically deficient, you're highly acidic, you're backed up with pus, and this is sitting inside of you, and you stink, and you don't look well because your face says 1,000 things about your health, right? So you don't look well, so you just think like, whoa, like I don't feel good, I don't look good. It's because you're full of crap, and you gotta get it out. So, bless thy nature, we have a solution. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm using a 10-year-old, this has been in my house for so long, a 10-year-old, I'm just gonna move this camera down, citrus juicer. Look at that. Simple. So what happens is when you push the top, don't worry, my hands are clean. See that? Simple. Now, I have a glass here. I have my reusable, yes, it's a plastic fork. Is plastic forks good? Well, in my opinion, if you're using it like 100 times, like I am at least, then I don't really see too much of a problem. I don't really think it's great that we have so much plastic cutlery around the world, like going into the bins every day, but let's just say it's not us in McDonald's throwing them out every day after every meal. We're reusing it many, many times over. So look, this is what a Persian lime looks like inside. So it's seeded, it's yellow, and it smells incredible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna make this juice now. So just remember, astringent fruits are the ones that are best for you. I'll label some astringent fruits for you so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about lemons, limes, sour cherries, the sour variety of pomegranates. I'm talking about, if you can get to the tropics, calamansi limes. There's so many varieties of limes. A lime is not a lime. This is one thing you'll learn when you come on the raw food path. People just think an apple's an apple, a lime's a lime. A durian's a durian. This is all incorrect. A watermelon's a watermelon. This universe is blessed us with so many varieties that we never get bored. And even if you have the same variety of fruit, it's always different every meal. But yeah, again, when people eat spaghetti, it's always the same stuff. Onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, and like oregano and basil with pasta. It's like, isn't that the same ingredients every time? How can that really change? Always the same thing. Okay, so there is abundance, that's the point here. So there's abundance of limes, there's abundance of lemon varieties. You have to go out and venture into this world to find them, because your supermarket will never bring it to you. People are not thinking that way. So here we go. And I personally, growing up, I've always loved sour stuff. Like I've never been someone who didn't have something sour. That was like my main go-to thing. Like in Iran, like most of our candy, Iranian like candy for kids is made from dried sour fruits. So it's like we're a bit of like sour addicts, which is good, because on this journey, the raw, living, fresh liquids, which is here, this is what's gonna sort you out. This is what's gonna clean you. If it has the power to clean your hands, to clean your worktop, to kill fungus and bacteria, imagine what happens when you put it in between your cells. Every action has a reaction. Every cause has an effect. Eating pizza makes you feel bloated, crap, constipated, dehydrated, ugly, and foggy. Drinking raw living juices makes you alert, electric, alive, and awake. So on this journey of flavors of life, you guys are going to see that I'm going to be promoting raw living juices. My #1 promotion of what a human should put in their colon is raw living juice. No matter who you are, where you are, what you're doing, no matter how healthy or sick you are, this is the #1 go-to source of food for humanity is raw living juice. And if you're toxic, which is likely many people, if you're coming from a past of not the best diet, which is many people, I think probably 99% of the world eats cooked food at least. And there'll be time on other videos where I'll get into that stuff. Over here, I'm just gonna focus on the astringent juice. There's too much junk food going on YouTube. Everyone's promoting killing animals, eating as much as they want, just like overeating. Even vegan YouTubers like going out there like just telling people what they want to hear so they can get views. I'm not here for views. I'm here to help people. I'd rather have 10 people watch my video and their life be changed than a million that just like were brainwashed by my BS information that made them feel better about themselves and their bad habits. So if you can find these limes, these are Persian limes, but these were imported from Egypt. If you can find these limes, get on them. They smell amazing. They're a million times better than a normal lime, and they're so much nicer. So here we go. This is my juice. Now what I usually do is, because on the top you literally have like some water and fiber and seeds left, if you look at that, you can see that stuff. What I literally do is I literally get my distilled water and I just pour it over the top to catch whatever's remaining. I like to get every bit. I don't have a garden, but at least your waste isn't plastic and it's just compost. Okay. Now, the last secret ingredient to help me with deficiencies, no matter how much raw food you eat, I'll get into a separate video about this, but no matter how much raw food you eat, if you're not able to break down all the nutrients inside your food because you're not chewing properly, and if you're not getting proper produce in the first place, if it's not grown in proper soil, if it's not picked tree right when the tree is finished giving it nutrients, I supplement with organic barley grass juice powder. If you want to, check out health101.org by Don Bennett. He explains in detail the benefits of taking an adjunct to your raw vegan diet, because we are not eating a fortified diet anymore. like we used to, and we need to compensate for soil deficiency. Okay, if you're eating foods in the tropics like Hawaii and Borneo and like Thailand and stuff, you probably don't need to have this, but better to be safe than sorry, people. Okay, so look, this is how much I put in. I'm not gonna give you ratios, but look, this is roughly about, I'd say what, 1 big spoon? So there's 1 big spoon. This is the lime juice, sorry. If you love sour stuff, get on this. And then what you can do is, what I love about this fork is it can get down and get any of the bits that are sticking to the walls. And it depends on you how much money you have to afford more daily green boost. So you can up your intake. It's actually recommended you take 2 heap spoons a day. I'm pretty happy with this. This is more powerful than eating a salad because the barley grass juice powder is consciously grown in rich soil. I don't know if your local greens are. It's been juiced, so you're not chewing the greens. You're actually like getting it straight between the cellulose cell walls. You can't really digest cellulose, so it'll be hard to extract those nutrients. So you're just getting direct nutrients and minerals here. So this is basically it. This is like a mineral-rich, astringent drink. For me, this is medicine. A lot of people promote celery juice and stuff. That's lovely, but honestly, in my opinion, I'd rather have, if I could choose, I'd have this instead. I'd rather be having organic barley grass juice powder, consciously grown in rich soil. I'd be drinking astringent Persian limes. And this is basically a drink to remedy toxicity and deficiency and pull pus from your body. How do I know it works? I've been doing this for such a long time. Go check out my YouTube videos on the cysts I've eliminated. And that's just not even revealing all of them. And many of them have been taken down by YouTube. So don't get scared. Celebrate detox. Cheers. The flavor is super sour, obviously, and it's like extremely earthy. Wow, it's delicious. Once you clean your palate on a raw food diet, you'll start to learn to appreciate these things. You'll start to smell a cucumber from the other side of the room. You'll start to salivate over the explosion of flavors and the complexity of a tomato, trust me. If they're organic, grown properly, in good soil, picked on time. So, this is my morning drink. This is the first drink of the day. I like to drink this slowly and enjoy the flavors. I don't like to smash it down so quick. So, this is cheers to your health. Look after yourselves. Post down comments and questions down below. Please follow us on Instagram. I'll have a website up soon, and I'll be releasing an ebook on how to detoxify your skin. We have a short, powerful book right now called Detoxification Methods. Give that a go. It's not expensive, very cheap. Just DM me. I'll have the website up so you can order it directly. Otherwise, peace and love. Look after yourselves and make sure you drink your lime and lemon juice.